Hi guys, welcome back to my Niche Japan vid. Today I want to talk about hierarchy in labs, question mark. So I have a question mark because I don't know if this is exactly the way it is everywhere in Japan. But yeah, definitely it has something to do with Japanese culture, which has some sort of hierarchy. Uh, Hopefully I didn't misspell this. Okay, so in Japan, there's this thing called Joge Kankei, which means Jo is up, Ge is down, Joge Kankei. So relation between up and bottom, top, like someone who's on a higher position, who's in lower position. People in higher position obviously have more authority, but they also have a larger responsibility. People in the lower position, they have less authority, but also they have less responsibility. Okay, so that's the basic, right? Of relationship in Japan. Now, I want to talk about labs, but before I talk about labs, I want to talk about clubs, right? Clubs in Japan, and then I'll end up with talking about companies. So clubs in Japan, if you didn't know, Japan has very active club activities in their school, especially junior high and high school. Depending on the school, it might be mandatory for you to be a member of a club. Uh, I don't think it's mandatory everywhere, but some schools it is mandatory. You have to be part of one of the many clubs they have. Now the clubs you would have like obviously like sports related, and then you have like music. I don't know. You have like literature club. So you have many kind of clubs. So it's not like everyone have to go to a sport club. In the sport club, you have some kind of hierarchy I've heard about. Hopefully, I'm not making a mistake here because I never went to school in Japan. Where like the younger, so let's make this the first year, and then there's the second years, and then there's the third year. Okay, okay. So everyone goes to practice, right? And then you have, let's take for example like a soccer club, uh, or yeah, or proper football club if you're European. Now everyone practice. Everyone have shoes, dirty shoes. First year have to wash the dirty shoes. I don't know. There's a name, right? For is it like cleats or something? I don't know. Let's just say football shoes, right? So they have to wash it, and not just theirs, but everyone, the third years and the second years, like that. But that's horrible, you might think. Well, we're not done. Second year, what does second year do? Second year, well, I'm making things up, right? Not exactly sure, and it might differ based on the clubs. Let's say they supervise practice for this. Like they think of what to do, what kind of practice, the practice menu, practice menu they do. They think about it together, kind of with the coach. They think about okay, so we need to do this kind of practice. We need to do cardio. We'll have to run. Let's do run. So today's practice is gonna be this. Tomorrow's gonna be this. Next day is gonna be this. And then you have third years. So obviously, this they will supervise. I think the second year and first year, and the second year will also supervise the first year, right? Do they clean the shoes right or not? And then the third year have the responsibility of like arranging matches with other schools. For example, uh, actually like probably registering for like competition and stuff. Interesting, right? So it looks like the higher up you are, you do less things, and you tell other people to do other things. But what's interesting is these are very important. So think talking with other clubs about having like practice matches, and then registering for competition. These are the very important things. Creating the practice, uh, thinking about practice menu is very important as well. Maybe a bit less important than this, and of course, this is less important, the washing the shoes. However, the second year did wash the shoes when they were in the first year. And that's how they know how to maintain shoes. That's how they know how to guide the first year, how to actually clean the shoes properly. So this is like something they have to do. And although it's annoying, it's menial like labor. You don't think much. There's not much responsibility. You're not gonna like make a club lose because the shoes are not that clean, right? Uh, Here, practice menu, like there can be some variation, but you understand really well about what kind of practice. So you learn about like the equipment here, here you learn about the practice, and here you learn about organizing the stuff. So less work to do, kind of, but way more responsibility. And it's probably true in companies, right, everywhere. But I like how this is like built into the system in Japan, like hierarchy. Like the lower in the rank you are, lower responsibility, but also uh, probably more menial things to do. And it's the same if in our labs. So let's say in labs you'd have like the top is M2. Obviously, you have doctors on the top, but then you have masters, first year, second year, and then you have bachelor, fourth year who just start coming to the lab. So bachelor, fourth year, bachelor, third year, they don't come to the lab yet, so they're not really a member of the lab. Doctors are kind of like excluded. They don't really have to participate here, one, two, three, because they're busy doing research. They're closer to like the prof. They can still participate in events, but like don't usually really have much responsibility related to the uh, social events. Like so, this is especially responsibility related to social events. So the fourth year, they're gonna be like if we have in my lab it was if we have like small events like hanami. Oh, let me write in romaji instead of kanji. If you have like hanami, which is like sakura viewing, they would like organize it because we usually do it just like in school. They prepare the school food and everything, and then the other just need to come. Now, if we have nomikai, I mentioned about nomikai a little bit in my previous video. Drinking, which is like a kind of a drinking party. It's like gonna be the M1 who have to arrange and find uh, where to do the nomikai. So they look for a place. They, uh, yeah, they're the one who look for a place that would satisfy, especially the professors' taste, but then also the doctors. Like you'd go down, like the one you really want to care about is the professor, and then the price not too expensive. They look how to actually get there. Is it a nice place? Is it not too loud? So they're the one who look for the place and they reserve it. Now, Master 2, they would have the money. Money, well, I guess it's gonna be yen. So when we go to Nomikai, sometimes the professor like gives you a lot of money to pay. Yeah, here, so here, just take this money to pay, and then so you end up with some extra money. I believe that's what happened. I'm not exactly sure. And they use this money to like buy supplies for example, like coffee for the lab and everything. Maybe the one who buys are like master one, but they're the one responsible of the money, right? So money very important, less job to do, but like M2, and then looking for Nomikai Plus, quite important, still on the easier side, and then the easiest thing are like before we'll do it. So that's the hierarchy in the lab. As far as I know, in Japanese companies, kind of like the same. So like for Hanami, you'd like first year, like people who just joined the company, Shinyu Shaing, also might say, are the one who are going to look for the Hanami spot. They're going to get the like what's it called, the blue sheet, and wait for the other people to come. They're gonna get the drinks ready and everything. So it's gonna the responsibility of the the younger people, let's say the more junior people. So this hierarchy in Japan, in I guess in labs, that's what I've experienced, and it's just interesting. It's less egalitarian, but it's kind of nice how you're like learning as you go on. Like you get the easiest task, and then as you go on, you get learning and learning, and then you get more difficult task, or at least um, with more responsibility. You get more responsibility as you go on, and which kind of mimic most organizations, right? I don't know, maybe not so much in the states now, but like in Asian culture, you kind of like, well, obviously the one on the top has like the big decision, but he works less in a way. I guess it's the same for like big companies as well, everywhere. So yeah, just a I guess you can call it a rant about hierarchy in Japan. See you in the next video.